music. What was it?
Man, believe it or not, that's the first thing I wanted to do. I wanted to sing.
What?
I always felt like I could rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't give myself enough credit.
Man, you one of the... And a lot of motherfuckers don't know you was, at one time, the third member of Outkast.
That's right. A little fun fact, man, for y'all.
Fun fact.
Southern rap history, man, yep.
Man, CeeLo, Outkast with 3 people at first. It was CeeLo, Andre, and Big Boy.
Tell it.
You dig what I'm saying? That would have been stupid.
But you know what it was, though? We just got down, just working double shifts, man. Like, I could have went either way.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? But the singing shit, it just worked out.
You so good.
It just worked out.
You got a gospel, like, church on Sunday voice, man.
I heard that. But yeah.
But then you got a back of the trap. You got a back of the trap, nigga, outside the motherfucking right off the stove, kind of hip hop lexicon too.
And that's also a fact. But we back on the bullshit though. We back on some rap shit.
And can't wait.
See, when I came with the dough, man, that's what Tip say. He say, man, shit, man, I want to get you back on some old school Goody Mob shit. I want you back in that rap bag, man. When you come in here and fuck with me, you know what I mean? I did say that.
I did say that.
I got you. You know what I mean?
I did say that. And guess what, man? I also got to give proper credit what credit is due. Give them their flowers, as they say nowadays, man. Man, when KP invited me out to LA for the 1999 Source Awards, he said, Goody Mob, we're going to be there. Outkast, we're going to be there. Youngblood, we're going to be there. Cool Breeze, and, you know, just a bunch of motherfuckers who were from Atlanta. You were like, man, come on out. Oh, I bet. So I came out there. Bro, the way these guys accepted me with open arms. I remember, man, we was on a tour bus.
So was that L.A.?
That was L.A.
I always thought that we was in D.C. because we was doing Rap City.
We did Rap City with Big Les and Joe Claire,
right.
But they was doing a L.A. edition because it was the Source Awards.
That's right.
And, man, they came in there, motherfucker, and said, who gonna freestyle? And a lot of motherfuckers were like, I ain't finna do it. I'm like, man, I'm up. I'm up, and I can't wait.
And I appreciated that.
Hey, man. That was that, but people don't know.
But I remember Gipp coming back from the back of the bus like, hey, Charlotte back there going the fuck off.
Yeah. he just took. So I appreciated the energy. You know what I mean? Like, and it just sustains you. I'm listening to this music today. It don't seem like a day done gone by, Tip, like, man. Like, I'm still so impressed with you, bro.
Man, thank you.
I'm still such a fan of yours. Y'all should know that, man. Like, we really fuck with each other around here.
Yeah.
When we respect each other.
For sure.
When we respect each other.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think the thing is, bro, I'm going to tell you what I did. And I'm going to tell you that I'm going to let you guys in. I don't do this often. I'm going to let you guys in on a misstep of mine. You see, first of all, when I dropped I'm Serious, I was a rapping motherfucker. All I wanted to do was rap, tell stories and rap and goddamn. And KP, you know, one of the things, you as well as Reese, one of the things y'all told me was, man, you got to take some of them words out. You got to, you know, because everybody can't hear all these words. You got to make it a look, you know what I mean? And then when I did Dope Boys, I did Dope Boys, right? And I did Dope Boys and basically just recounted a lot of my teenage experiences, you know what I mean? The shit that I was doing before they walked me in the studio and decided to invite me to the Source Awards. So that shit was very easy to me. But it wasn't a lot of skill set. It wasn't impressive. It wasn't impressive to me. But what it did was it tapped into a consciousness and an ability to relate to people who were going through the same things as we were going through it at the same time.
All right.
Which is just as important. But when that happened and I saw that all of my efforts and energies, you know, putting out lyrical demonstrations, that shit it wasn't met with the reception that I would have hoped. But Dope Boys was.
Which, by the way, was always and was supposed to be the very first single.
Wasn't? Yeah.
Dope Boy was supposed to be the first single, but wasn't no radio station accept it.
That's not, no. We were told that they wouldn't accept it.
I mean...
No, I'm saying before we even put it out. Before it even got out. It was like, no, go with this song because it was high level, Neptune, Beanie Man. It was everything that we were aspiring to get to.
Right.
So it was like we skipped the steps. Instead of speaking to the people, speaking to us first.
Right.
We went ahead and...
Because we wanted radio success.
Yes.
Because at the time we were told that if this shit don't work, you ain't gonna get another shot.
Yes. How you doing, Lionel?
But even with
How
that,
you see that from over here, bro? Boy, got cat eyes.
But even with that, you know what I'm saying, like I said a lot about you. I mean, like in their ambitions towards you. You know what I mean? Because they bet the building on you with that record. You know what I'm saying, like Beanie Man for real. Like
they bet the doormat. They bet the doormat on me.
Honestly, that was us and going and getting in front of people and people being impressed and saying, I fuck with him. Like, that wasn't budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't no budget involved. It wasn't no budget involved, bro. Like, to be honest with you. But at the same time, when you listen to the Beanie Man record, I'm probably still the only Southern hip-hop nigga to have a reggae dance hall motherfucker on the hook.
And we still brought that nigga to Bankhead.
Right.
Well, and we brought Beanie Man to Bankhead.
And that's the way that we perceived it because at that time we didn't have access.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And there wasn't no internet to even show motherfuckers with everybody in other hoods and other cities what was going on.
Right. And the Jesus and Jay-Z line. That shit just...
Thank you.
That shit classic.
Thank you.
Classic.
Thank you. So another thing is, so after Dope Boys was the record, and man, come on, bro. That shit means so much coming from you.
Come on, man.
Motherfucker, when Dope Boys was the one that poked its head up, I said, shit, if this what they like, I'm finna give them a whole album full of this shit and call it trap music. And so that's basically what it was. And but what I did then was I made a conscious decision to dumb my material down.
Damn.
See, you know what?
That's what I came out with. Money, hoe, cars and clothes. That's all my, because that's what I felt like motherfuckers, I felt like that's what they could digest.
So here's the funny shit to me. When you say dumb it down, I think it takes so much more skill to be able to put like real thought into a way that is understood. That's actual communication. That's not dumb it down. That's communicating. You go to Japan, you don't try to speak English.
This is true.
I'm sorry. You can go
That
back.
boy, that's something else.
You gotta know your audience.
That's a bar right there.
You gotta know
For
your
sure.
audience.
And then look, that led you to my other really truest favorite song from you.
What's
and that's
that?
fucking Be Easy.
Ooh.
That's my favorite.
But that was all me dumbing myself down though.
Hell no.
Be Easy and all that shit with that Rubber Band
I
Man.
felt bad because I was like, man, this is your single. And he was like, all right. And it wasn't the biggest, but it was the one that touched.
Yeah, it resonated. So, to be honest with you, man.
Talking that shit on Be Easy.
So it has been an evolution, right? Because once all those songs where I called myself dumbing myself down, once that shit worked, and that is what actually kind of propelled me to status, I felt like shit, that's how you make a record. That's why most of my records is kind of like, that shit is, and I didn't make enough of a fuss and apply enough effort into taking those album cuts, taking those records like, Be Better Than Me, records like Still Ain't Forgave Myself, like records like What Happened, records like it's just so many of those records. Well, I'm rapping my motherfucking ass off, but them ain't the records I put out, so them ain't the records that got their attention. So now when I tell y'all, nigga, these motherfuckers can't fuck with me, y'all like, nah, I don't get it. Because the records that I dumped myself down were the ones that got all of the praise and all of the glory and all of the recognition. But if you just thumb through my catalog
I wish you would ask that question as opposed to telling people that that's what it is. Because those.
I'm giving you my interpretation. So if you have an alternative perspective, please share.
My perspective is the idea that you're able to like what people don't understand is what you have as a star player is coachability. Like you will try it first before you like fuck that shit. And in your trying it, your ability is still better than most. So even when you think you dumbing it down, it's still some of the smartest, most intelligent, articulate shit being said to a nigga like me.
That boy preaching. Boy, that man preaching. Can't keep it preaching since the goddamn son on him.
No, man. Because what it is, it requires like you need a smart person to articulate what we're seeing. You need some like that's why.
And make it make sense to you.
Yeah, and make it like, oh, I hear that. Like if you hit me with a bunch of words, I gotta go look up. I might as well go read Cornel West. But if I want what Cornel West, I want his message in a language that I understand.
You want it translated.
I want it translated.
Right.
And you do that well. And it's like because you speak both languages, you know all the words, you know the actual meanings of the words, so you can apply them different.
Yeah, but when motherfuckers just kind of when motherfuckers compare me with motherfuckers who only do dumb shit. And when I say dumb shit, I say that it's a term of endearment. I say dumb shit, you know, as a term of endearment. I ain't just really trying to say just because you do dumb shit that I don't respect it. I respect the dumb shit you do. You know what I'm saying? But
says a nigga who does dumb shit from time to time.
exactly, I do dumb shit all the time. I do dumb shit all the time. But at the same time, I can do more than just that, bro. My skill set is elevated, man, to a point where I feel like the people I don't know if they don't have the awareness or the ability to recognize the capabilities of the motherfucker that's on the screen of their phones right now. I just don't get it, bro. You know what I mean? And then another thing I think it was is, so I'm going to tell you a secret. After the paper trail run, whatever you like, live your life, dead and gone. 3 #1 records, back to back to back. 1 #1 unseated the next #1, which unseated the next #1. So, that's when I start making music with the purpose and intention of making a hit. And as they say, whenever you goddamn consider making money when you making music, God lead the room.
100%.
Ooh, boy, that'll preach. Come on now. Now that's church.
And to be honest, that's that is a transgression that I accept. But the skill set never went nowhere, bro. The skill set never went nowhere. Now, mind you, let's talk about like J. Cole's and Kendrick Lamar's and people like that who they came in the door. They came in the motherfucking door with their consciousness, right? And they never had a record label telling them maybe you should,
Not true.
You don't think so?
J. Cole will express that his first project was record company conversation first. When he stopped.
So I just succumbed to the millions.
You actually got success and enjoyed it.
But it seemed like if I just would have went on stage with what I was with by now, but then I wouldn't be as rich as I am. So
you wouldn't have the opportunity to now go and do what you choose to do.
Yeah. See, these are the conversations we have here, man. But the thing is, bro, my nigga.
And it's trying. Like the thing is, if you don't know until you do it, but you also have to have the ability to do it, to try it.
Yeah.
You gotta monitor the good word.
Yeah, man. We looking at the camera, we taking candies.
I'm just taking candy.
Okay, cool. So goddamn, so what you were saying was
but what got us here is listening to records and hearing those conversations. Like now, you've gone through the process. You succeeded as much as a rap or a songwriter can succeed.
Right. Right.
Number ones back to back. Try to do more number ones as opposed to just doing more songs.
Right.
And now that the pressure is off and you just now doing music again.
Right.
The music now sounds like those conversations that we like.
Right.
It's the shit that we want to hear. Like, oh, I never thought about it from that place.
Right.
Like, so the records that probably and the ironic part is all of us like perked up to the same records. The ones where it's just you speaking.
Because it's elevated consciousness.
Yeah, you grown. And now the records have they actually now match the amount of experience and intellect that you have with the same ability to translate that shit to a nigga like me.
Right.
Who's a nigga like y'all.
Thanks.
Hey, to the person who says I care too much about what people think, it's not true. Because, to be honest with you, the young, pompous, arrogant son of a bitch in me gives a fuck less what you think. However, my craft is important. You know what I mean? I care about what my peers think. And regardless of what you may feel, you are not my peer. So, I really don't. Just as I allowed myself to dumb myself down just so I could try to appeal to... I'm really humbling myself to kind of like... because I am hoping to enlighten you to the point where you can see some shit that I see now that you don't see. Yet. Okay. That is the nature of this discussion. You dig? I'm here to enlighten, inspire, encourage. You know what I mean? Not to conform. So please, don't mistake one for the other because this ain't that.
That's right.
Now, as we were saying.
Oh, that was it. That you said it.
I mean, like, it's...
That is the whole point. This ain't that.
This ain't that. But the thing is, like, you know, it's other people. And another thing I've never had, right? I ain't never had no coaching.
You a lie.
I ain't never had no coaching. What do you mean?
The problem is you so smart you don't know that you being coached.
No, what I'm saying.
No. I'm telling you, you're coachable as a motherfucker. Like, but it doesn't require as much because you want to win.
The thing is, right? When I'm saying, when I say coach, I'm talking about.
Bars.
For instance, now he's speaking the gospel, but what I'm saying here, let's say like, okay, Snoop was coached by Dre and Suge.
You were coached by Organized Noise, Outkast, Goody Mob, Pharrell.
I was mentored. I have a plethora of phenomenal mentors. But when you coach by a motherfucker, that is exclusive. You are with this person and this person or these people. Like, for instance, let's say Wayne, Baby, Slim.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, I came in this motherfucker and it was like I'm picking up what so many great motherfuckers is putting down.
I'm about to tell you something that you might not know. All the rooms you got put in on purpose.
Okay. So KP was like, basically, I'm the coach. Nigga, you ain't listening, nigga. I was the motherfucking coach. That's what KP just said. I don't know how many of y'all can articulate. The meaning of that speech just then, but KP, nigga, I'm the motherfucking coach.
I guess he started picking up what you putting down.
I'm not a hollering coach.
Right. I could do you Phil Jackson.
Right.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Cool coach.
But at the same time, bro, I feel like even if it started like that, that shit didn't persist overall, you know, throughout. There was a time, nigga, I had to go for self.
Yeah.
There was a time I had to go for self. I had to get how I live. When that shit in the face didn't work, we had to pick that shit up, nigga. Let's do it. Let's get it. We got the goddamn hand to hand. Nigga, I actually went to the motherfucking storage room at LaFace and got the boxes of promotional CDs and hit the ghettos of the Southeast region and start selling the motherfuckers hand to hand.
Now let me tell you something. You know why you're able to do that? Because before you got to LaFace, before you got to the studio, you understood distribution. So that's just a skill you didn't need. Baby and Slim knew that. Wayne didn't. Wayne was too young to distribute. You understood how to get to people and give them what they wanted and sell it to them, package it, and present it into a way that they actually would accept it.
Right. Now, somebody said DJ Toomp, and DJ Toomp is my big brother. He's definitely a mentor of mine. He's definitely one of my predecessors. He's definitely a legend and definitely a motherfucker that I owe a large part of my career to. But when it comes to coaching, you got to be present. And a lot of motherfuckers who, at the time when the shit wasn't working, goddamn, they had bills to pay. So they had to goddamn go and do what they had to do at the time to suit they, and I was figuring it out. You know what I mean? Not to say they did not help, not to say that they had intentions that were malicious, not to say that things did not work out in all of our favor. But when you talking about coaching, you got to stand in the gap, bro. You got like when the shit ain't,
So do the people know that you want this to be your last album?
Oh, yeah, they ought to. Kill the King is my last album. And partially because I don't think that.
But judging from the 80 songs I heard, you still got
plenty to put out.
You still got so much to say.
Hey, man.
I'm done.
Hey, man. Look, a big part, but what I'm saying is partially because, right, I don't think that rap or rapping at this point in my life, at this point in my evolution, I don't believe that it's calling to the larger part of my capabilities. I think I'm leaving a lot of my skills on the table when I check in to do this rap shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, I just don't, it don't feel like I'm reaching my full potential. Yeah, I can rap, but so many other motherfuckers can rap. This shit ain't special.
So really what it is
Picture that.
really what happened is there are so many people that you don't want to be associated with.
Yeah, another thing is I want to be disassociated from, like just think about it. When a motherfucker say he a rapper, just think about what you think about.
I'm done.
When a motherfucker say, I got a, let's say if your daughter come in and say, yeah, I got a new boyfriend, he a rapper. Just think about what you think about, bro. Just think about it. Bro.
What if she said he's a writer? He's an artist.
I would be interested more so in what was he writing. But if you're a rapper, I ain't even...
It's a difference. I think that there lies the problem. Rapping, you can go in the studio and say something. It don't have to be on a beat. It don't have to be on beat. It don't have to have any particular rhyme scheme. It don't have to have a pattern, a melody. It don't have to have shit, but just a thought. That's rap.
You basically said rap is not necessarily the culture. Rap is the cadence.
Rap is a thing you can do with words. But writing is a thing where it requires...
But what I think happened...
Okay, I'm listening.
There's a high level of saturation that came into the game after the paradigm shift. What's happening, D-Nice?
There you go. What up, D?
Legends in the building.
808.
Legends in the building. So, after the paradigm shift, there was a high key level of saturation. And that came from the powers that be who noticed after the golden year of 1996, 97, 98, you know what I mean? After you had people like Master P, Jay-Z, motherfucking Russell Simmons, motherfucking, like...
Taste.
Nah, what I'm saying, but I mean, yes, they have taste, definitely, but motherfuckers from the ghetto who came up from nothing, who made themselves 100 millionaires and didn't need the system anymore. And it began to threaten the presence of the system. You hear me? Okay, so then after that, you had shit like Napster, you had shit like mixtapes, you had other shit that was also threatening the establishment, right? So after that, the powers that be got in the room and said, you know what we need to do is we need to establish a system that praises technology more than they praise the arts.
I've heard you make this point before, and you were right. You were absolutely correct.
Now, just think about it, right? You have people who aren't in music at all, ain't never made a song, who has designed and coded technology that reap the benefits, the lion's share of the benefits from music. And they not artists.
Nor do they care about art.
That would be an assumption that they don't care about art, but because they're not artists, I think that's fair to assume.
I think it's fair to assume based on the fact that what they put, when it's pushed more as product than art,
Yeah.
then it's not about art, it's about commerce.
That's real. That's real. Now, this is the thing. Now, here we are needing all of these.
Thinking you need.
Well, I mean, the way technology is set up, it's like if I put some shit on a CD and tell motherfuckers it's available, for one, they not going to get it because they ain't even got shit to play it on. You know what I mean? It got to be a DSP, and DSPs is bound and restricted by the formula or format of what a stream.
The algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm of how a stream calculates itself into a record sale. You need a certain amount of streams to calculate themselves to a record sale. So therefore, it behooves us to put our music, our streamable music, on a platform that will yield the most amount of streams to obtain a significant amount of record sales. Now that particular process has nothing to do with art.
But that goes back to your point of there's a point where you have to decide if I'm going to make art. Because if I make art, it'll hit the people that need to hit it. It'll get to the people who it's for. You're speaking to someone, right?
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for commerce, you can miss that mark because you're overshooting.
But the thing is, whenever we goddamn go in here and do our music, we step in that booth behind that mic, man. We goddamn do it with the intentions and the man. It's for the most amount of people to hear this shit as possible. For the most amount of people to hear this shit as possible. So we don't go in that motherfucker thinking only 100 motherfuckers gonna hear this shit. Cause then we change our efforts and our application of skill will be adjusted as such.
So I'm saying you just said at the beginning of this conversation that it took a left when you start thinking about that. Am I right?
This is true.
Okay, so my point is talk to the niggas you're talking to and talk to the people you're talking to. And let that hit the people it's supposed to hit.
I feel you, and I agree with you. So I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Do it then.
I'm doing it. I make records ain't nobody heard. See, these motherfuckers ain't hit no people.
Hold up, excuse me. Good people of the internet. What I did not say was do it so nobody here. I'm saying do it for someone so that person can tell their friend who's like them, hey man, did you hear this shit? This nigga's talking to us.
Get what? That's why the whole Libra album came about, because I had so many records that hadn't been heard, and I just made them for me and my people to listen to. That a motherfucker, matter of fact, it was Rocky. Rocky came in and motherfucker say, man, when you putting this shit out, bro? I'm like, I ain't really got no plans of putting it out. He said, boy, you tripping. You got to put this shit out. If you don't put it out, I'm going to put it out. And so then I just started goddamn, thinking like, well, maybe I should put this shit out. But the thing is, man, it's been constructed for the technology to reap more benefit than the art.
Okay, so try this. Do art, let technology catch up. Use technology as a tool and not as don't look at it like it's the actual gatekeeper.
You don't understand that these algorithms and these playlists, bro, these playlists and all this shit, how they got this shit worked up. If you ain't a part of this or you ain't associated with that, if your record don't play after this record, and if this shit ain't that damn, you can do the dopest shit in the motherfucking world and ain't nobody gonna hear it.
Yeah, there's a great quote from Andy Warhol that says, art is what you can get away with.
So get away with some
Hey, see,
shit.
man.
Try to get away with some shit. See what happens.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with it. I'm just letting you know that this
But that's
is.
basically what he said. The system is a membership.
But
club.
this is why when I say, man, ain't nobody fucking with me.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers is like, man, what you talking about? I ain't hit record after this record. I ain't know that. Man, listen, bro. That because I unplugged, man. I unplugged, bro. Other motherfuckers got sponsors. I mean, I did. I took the blue pill. Like I unplugged. Other motherfuckers is still goddamn. And but listen. And when I say this is not speaking critically.
Yeah, ain't.
Nah, I ain't speaking critically of them because they did what best for them as they should.
Okay. I don't know who them is, but that's fine.
Whoever.
Okay.
Ain't speaking critically, but it ain't nobody in the same position as me who done goddamn treaded water as long as I have. With as many motherfucking kitchen sinks being thrown at them as I've had. You know what I'm saying? Who had the goddamn bankroll it out their own pocket like I have. And who still motherfucking, you know what I mean? It ain't, but at the same time, I'm fans of everybody, bro. I'm a fan of the culture. I'm a fan of music. So I listen to shit and I appreciate the shit. And if the shit dope, nigga, I'ma celebrate it. I'ma celebrate it, congratulate it, I'ma salute it. Ain't no hating bone in my body. That's because I know how dope I am. So ain't nothing, I don't give a damn how dope you is. You ain't gonna never make me think that you doper than me. I don't give a fuck how dope it is.
Well, can't nobody be as dope at you being you as you.
That's real. I'm the dopest at being me there is. This is the only motherfucking, this is the best me I know how to be.
But are you leaving the game because you feel like the game, meaning the fans, have given up on you?
That's a big ass question.
Oh, that's a hell of a question.
Say it again. God damn, what did you just say?
Man just
I'm
said,
just saying, like, you know.
You just discombobulated.
are you leaving the
like-
game because you feel like the fans are giving up on you?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, because I'm saying, judging from what I heard today, like, I mean, like, it's verbose, you know what I mean, like, and plentiful. You've got so much left, so much fire left, you know what I mean? And I became a fan all over again. You know, when I got the call to come by, you know what I mean, like, I jumped at the opportunity because I just want to come, you know what I mean, like.
But you my man, you my partner, bro. You nigga, it's an open door policy.
I know, but I'm just saying.
It really ain't no quitting
But
though.
what I'm saying was, I was just coming on the love and coming just casually. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
To kick it.
To kick it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I didn't really know that you was going to really run it down the way that you did. And again, I just kind of got reminded, you know what I mean, like, of all of these things. And it was just, it's been a wonderful, you know, like, evening, just time spent. You know what I mean?
Man.
You know, because I'm a fan of this shit too. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and
That's
you know what I
real.
mean? Like, you know, I took great pride and confidence in stepping aside and letting you represent. You know what I mean? Like, not letting you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, you let me.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all niggas let me do my thing. Cause y'all could have shut me down. You could have hated. Y'all could have said, man, get the nigga out my goddamn, get him on my bus. That nigga ain't earned or deserved the right to be on here sitting next to us.
But
You could have did that.
You know what happens to guys like us when we've done so well and we're on the outside of a situation, you know, fighting to regain entry. You know what I mean? We become whales in the water, man. Like, very, very unreasonable and hard to negotiate with. I mean, like, so we become ostracized because of our own independence. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Our own
And
acting-
incubated.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you feel like the game has given up on you? Like I said, I might as well give up on it because it's giving up on me.
Man, this is all I feel like.
And now motherfuckers be stuck on stupid. So, like, you know, like they
And they
not-
believe anything
Yeah.
anybody say. It's a bunch of faceless people talking on the net saying things, and you don't know who they are. They don't even have the audacity or balls to put their picture on their page when they talking shit.
Right.
So the idea of being brave enough to put yourself on the line
That's
is
real.
a lot.
And I'ma just sidebar. You motherfuckers who you motherfuckers who have the audacity to create fake pages to come on the motherfucker.
They do it all day.
To come on the motherfucking timeline and say shit and it's a fake page. Y'all motherfuckers really
But
different.
What you said in that verse though? You said, like, I'm not gonna let you live in my thoughts.
Yeah, I ain't gonna grant you entry. Ain't gonna let you live Forever in my thoughts, I grant you no entry. Yes, absolutely.
See, that stuck with me. And I guess I'm here to remind you of the love that you still got.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But to answer your question, do I feel like the game gave up on me? I think the game gave up on itself, bro. To me, I think the game gave up on itself because just think about it, man. It was about being dope.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you were trying to get on, when I was trying to get on, man, this shit was about being dope. And I might be one of the youngest niggas who still goddamn like listened and sought after the teachings of the predecessors.
Culture.
Yeah, like I listened to LL Cool J. I listened to Kool Moe Dee, nigga. I listened to Shy D. I listened to Kilo. I listened to Outkast. I listened to Goody Mob. I ain't trying to say, yeah, them old niggas didn't know what the fuck they were doing, nigga. I'm coming in here and I'm trying to do it like this because them old niggas. No, bro. I'm going to take what they gave me and I'm going to enhance it in a way that my generation can understand. You know what I'm saying?
So that was crazy. So now you become a young old nigga.
But get what? I am.
Did you ever think you get to that point?
I thought I'd die before I hit 21. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never thought I'd get here in so many versions of the term. But now that I'm here, it's like motherfuckers ain't looking back to my generation no more. They like, we finna goddamn, man, fuck what they were doing, nigga. We doing this shit like this.
But I think that's a certain segment of people to do that, right? And I think intelligent people and people who care understand not to listen to people who don't care. People who care don't listen to people who don't care. So those people who say fuck them old niggas are really people who are really trying to absolve themselves from rules, regulations, class, the bar, the goddamn standard.
I think it's
ability.
I really do think it's a slight case of MK Ultra. I think it's
I'm not aware of what that is.
MK Ultra is mind manipulation due to media.
Yeah.
Mind manipulation due to media, and the shit you see the most is the shit you like the most. Basically,
It's called this trend.
the shit you see the most is the shit you like the most. Therefore, if you tapped in with a motherfucking a system or a media outlet, whether it's Universal, Time Warner, Sony, if you tapped into that shit, then they gonna make sure they put you out there more because they benefit more off of you being out there. And the more people see you, the more people like you, and so on and so forth.
I'm gonna say this as a person who's worked inside those places. Nobody thinks that hard. It's what can we make the most money on until that thing is turning on us. When the thing is, when people learn more and it's not advantageous to them, then they don't care as much. But it's on you at that point to have used that platform that you got from them to take all that you can from it to build something else.
Set that window. Yeah.
That's real.
Like, it's like the problem is we get dependent on that tick. Like, we get dependent on that shit that they provide, the easiness. Now,
Hit the bankroll. Hit the millions. The millions is what it is. It definitely the millions. It's definitely the millions.
Yeah, so at the point that you recognize, like, look, there's a window of heat that you're going to have. When you're doing that, make sure you're as true and you super serve the motherfuckers who are there for you.
It's so hard, though.
It's not, though.
It is.
It's harder when you...
It's easy to be genuine, but it's hard to know in what situations and what circumstances to, implement that generosity. Because you could be underserving yourself by not reaping the benefits of your full value.
Or potential. Okay.
As well as you could be over-serving.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, listen, like, again, like I said, there's a window of heat where you got to get as much as you can. But what you can't do is be so eager to get that you are not recognizable to the niggas who know you. At the point that I recognize that you're doing something outside the code of what we stand for,
right,
then it's like, whatever. You have not done that. What you did was try to make that bigger. You may have done that on records that may not have been the most connected records.
Okay.
But the thing is, you never change your DNA.
And I know what he's saying, but in that moment, that's when the line thins between being an artist and becoming an opportunist.
Now,
There you go.
see,
There you go.
I have never been in this situation because I'm the not famous nigga in the room. So I don't have this issue. So I respect that. Like I can't imagine what it's like to turn around in the chair on The Voice, knowing that you're the nigga you are.
Right.
Like knowing that you're the Southwest Atlanta nigga who fucked around and got who's able to turn around in the chair with a big cat in your lap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like just
That's
having
real.
fun. That's why we still recognize you.
That's right.
So what I'm saying is, at the point that you still do the things that we can go, I can't believe my nigga did that.
Facts.
That's what we
real.
care about. That's all. Like I think most people want the people that they respect to be successful. We just don't want that success to alienate us from it.
That's real. That's what motherfucker mean when they say stay humble.
Yeah, well, yeah,
And they want you to get big,
Yeah.
but they don't want you to get so big that it make you uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, no.
Oh, so that'll make them uncomfortable,
No,
like you said.
no. I'm specifically saying unrecognizable.
I mean, maybe that discomfort come from a lack of being able to recognize.
Look, we recognize Michael Jackson up until he threw his baby over the goddamn house.
No.
I'm
Michael
just saying,
Jackson.
no,
After that third nose change.
Okay, well, but that's a problem.
That third goddamn nose change.
Unrecognizable.
And that goddamn, and that fourth shade of skin.
Unrecognizable. Unrecognizable.
Not the second, but the third.
Yeah, that unrecognizable part.
The only thing that we were more afraid of than him was what drove him to it.
God damn it.
God,
I told this to Pastor, man.
Man,
And this is where all the great verses come from, by the way. Great songs come from these conversations. If you in a motherfucking room and y'all niggas ain't talking about shit but World Star and weed and liquor and like that way y'all songs come out like that.
And whatever dark, ominous force that drove him to that extreme curbed our enthusiasm to be as great as he actually was.
Yeah. That made us not. I always said I don't want to be Michael Jackson big. I always said I don't want to be Michael Jackson big.
But think about what you said again in the beginning of this conversation. There's a point where you got in that booth and started thinking about how can I be Michael Jackson big. On them records, you said.
No, I ain't
when
gonna
you
tell
started
that
thinking
lie.
about the money, when you started thinking about making #1 records as opposed to making.
I wanted to be Jay-Z big. I wanted to be Jay-Z
And by the
big
way,
at that point. It
Jay-Z
wasn't Michael Jackson
Jay-Z
big.
is clearly like across the board. He's the most. He's the example of it working.
Yeah.
Of someone we recognize through the journey.
Right.
Like he's aspirational. He ain't stunting on your bitch ass. He is.
No, he's stunning on your
No,
bitch
no,
ass
no.
now. I ain't gonna bullshit you. He's stunning on your bitch ass now.
I've never felt stunning on. I've only felt
You've never
inspired.
felt stunning on.
No.
What's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6, nigga?
Cocksucker.
30, 40 grand, cocksucker, beat it.
That made me inspired.
That's just because you ain't a hater, though.
I know. So that's the point. So you gotta not worry.
I'm
about
just saying,
it.
but he's stunning on your bitch ass now. I ain't.
No. If you're a hater, if you're a hater, that's for you. But if you're a nigga like me, I'm like, oh, a 4.6 must be better. Let me just.
But look, what if you got to choose between a 4.0 and a Pathfinder?
I'm gonna rock the Pathfinder until I get there, possibly. I'm gonna figure out my way. By the way, I'm also not competing with Jay-Z.
Now, competition is the thief of joy.
Ooh,
Come on.
Comparison, really, I paraphrase. It's really comparison is the thief of joy, but comparison is just a different version of competition. So, I said what I said. I'm gonna stand by it. So.
Put it on the top shelf.
You dig what I'm saying? Put that shit up there on the top shelf. Leave it there
Yeah, maybe
until I tell you to touch it.
or until you figure out how to get it.
You did?
But apparently there's always been an agenda against the individual. And so, again, it's one of those things where people, they fear and there's apprehension in being oneself, one's true self. Because you have to be alone in the emotion and alone in the act of. You know what I
And
mean?
brave enough to express it.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, nobody wants to be alone.
That's right. Nobody want to feel like they alone in their thoughts and their experiences. That's
so
my
that goes
trap.
back to what the young lady said earlier today. Like, it's always about connectivity with people. Like,
It
like,
is.
for us to express, you know what I mean? Like, it's about relation. It's about being heard, being felt, being understood, being embraced.
I
You know
don't
what
recall ever graduating at all. Sometimes I feel I'm just a disappointment to y'all.
Man.
Every day I just lay around and I can't be found.
Always asking.
Give me some, living life like a bomb. Damn.
It's rough. My auntie got enough problems of her own.
Nigga, you supposed to be grown.
I agree.
Hey. But negativity is all you seem to ever see. God damn.
I admit.
That's just some dumb shit.
And I'm probably gonna do some more. You shouldn't hold that against me though.
Why not?
My music's all that I got. But some time must be invested for this to be manifested.
Like, these are
God
just fucking
damn.
conversations.
Out of the mouths of babes.
You know what I'm saying? My
Young
nigga.
boy.
Yeah. The young boy trying to hide that verse.
Yeah.
Man, oh, he didn't want to kick that bird.
Nah.
What?
KP made him do it.
So you telling me you were the reason behind him making...
No, I'm not telling you that.
It's true.
No, what I'm saying is I heard it. And I know that shit affected me.
And what?
And the next verse he tried to kick didn't affect me. It did not affect me.
So you told him to scratch that verse and put that verse on?
Yes.
You a cold motherfucker, man. Goddamn. Hey, get him his flower, man.
That's why KP is the great.
Get him his flowers, man. God damn, that man brought us that verse, man. It could have been a whole other verse.
The verse and then tried
No,
to hide
yeah,
the
but,
verse.
yes, but listen, he did bring us the verse. Because I know what it's like, right? I know what it's like to spit a verse and a motherfucker be like, damn, that's dope. And then when it come time to do it on the mic, you like, I'm going to do something doper. You know what I mean? I'm going to do something doper. And then somebody be like, hey, man, that ain't as dope as what you did before. Nah, nigga, this shit is doper.
Right.
You know, you trying to force the fact that I can do it again.
Right.
That's basically what it is. I can do it again.
I can do a bunch of shit.
I am not defined or compartmentalized by that verse that you thought was dope the other day. I have another one that I can do, but you're like, man, bro, just listen to me. This one's doper. Do this one. And you need people like that.
Because sometimes we don't always trust what's innate. We trust what our intention is.
That's real.
So the natural inclination that you gave somebody may not be as strong of an inclination as what I'm intending to do.
That's real.
The second time around.
That's real. It's almost like the passion and the purpose. We feel the passion and the purpose.
Right.
They feel the actual outcome. Like, this is now, but the results. The actual results was, nigga, this is what the shit made me feel.
Right.
And with all the passion and all the intention, it just didn't make me feel the same. So, nigga, go with this. And sometimes that's what every artist
I
needs.
guess that's what you mean when you say when you try hard is when you die hard.
See, real conversation works every time.
That's what I'm trying
Every
to say.
time.
This shit
That's
is
what
like
we
three
talking
hard
about when
way.
you did the verse from either one. You just came in and just impressed me so much, man.
Man, thank you, bro.
And you know you had to be precise because that was back in the time when we were still recording the 2-inch.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't no
Yes.
punching and shit like
Yeah.
that.
See, I understood economics. I understood, like, look, man, we got so much tape around this bitch.
Hey, man.
And so much time. Like, how do you get to the people as quick as you can? Say some shit that they care about. Say some shit that applies to them. Like the idea of niggas rapping for themselves is weird to me. It's like,
And that's another thing. When I say I'm dope, and I'm saying motherfucker can't fuck with me, my problem is y'all comparing me to motherfuckers who got writers.
Facts.
Y'all comparing me to motherfuckers who got writers. Nigga, I done wrote every word you done heard come out my mouth, bro. With the exception of hooks. I've written every word in verses. Like, bruh, you got other motherfuckers telling me, nah, this punchline, nah, do this one, nigga, here, this one, and then motherfucker, like, bruh, I ain't, huh?
I done seen you come with the melodies and the bars with no pen pad.
Bruh, man, listen, sir, ma'am.
I'm done.
You were absolutely the first one to go into the booth that I witnessed myself run the whole verse down.
Without writing.
No rehearsal, no writing, no rehearsal.
It was a thing back in the day. I got the shit from Jake. Man. You know what I mean? I just wanted to go in there and see if I could do it. And I just did like Urban Legend, the whole Urban. Now, I take that back. King. I did the whole King like that. Cause Urban Legend, most of that shit I wrote from Urban Legend, I wrote it down because I was in jail.
See, by that time, I didn't even know you had already made contact with Jay. But see, that's what I liked about you.
No, I was a fan. I was a fan of Jay.
He heard he had did it.
Yeah, I had heard that he had did it.
Gotcha.
I hadn't met Jay yet till after Urban Legend. It wasn't until like Leor and like Julie Greenwald, Michael Kaiser, and the Def Jam.
Atlantic.
The Def Jam constituency that made its way over to Atlantic, that was when I came in contact with Jay. I think the first time I really had to have a conversation with Jay is when I had to ask him if he would clear his sample for Bring 'Em Out. Because
That was in here.
yeah, Swiss wanted me to do it, and I was like, bruh, I ain't finna do this unless I hear from him myself that he ain't got a problem with me doing it.
Right.
And so I had to kind of, get in front of him.
Fun fact. I remember that record, right? When you played that in here for me the first time.
Yeah, you talking about Bring 'Em Out?
Yeah. It was just the sample. And I'm like, where you at on the hook?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And then you made me add the little shit in the middle on the hook.
Hey.
All the dope boy yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the hot girl yelling. Yeah, KP did that too, goddamn. He did that too. And nigga said, man, don't just leave him on there. Get in there.
It's fine.
Come on, KP, man. Goddamn, man. KP.
He said it.
But you told me to say, you said I should say it.
Sometimes it takes somebody in the room to let you know what's missing. It's
Right.
not always about
And that might be a lot of the things that's wrong with a lot of the people who we think suck or say suck. It might just be that they ain't got the right motherfuckers in the room telling them, nah, man,
Right.
work a little harder.
But it might not be
Either that or they're
coachable.
in a room
They
full of
might not be
wrong motherfuckers.
coachable. Listen,
might
it
not be
goes back
coachable.
to the idea of coachability. Like, you got to run the play. Like, but you have to be open to hear a play and see that it could possibly work.
Right.
And like, or better yet, have the confidence that I can pull this shit off.
Right.
Cause like I can tell a bunch of niggas a bunch of shit. Like I'm a DJ. I like music. I know what I know when I see people move and I see them stop.
Right.
Like more importantly, I see them when they stop.
You always need a coach, man. Like, because you ain't conscious of the clock when the ball is in motion.
That's
all the
right.
time. You know what I'm saying?
You see the shit through your eyes. You can't see the whole motherfucking field. You know what I mean?
Just make sure you put this shit up on your thing.
Boy, this like
game,
some real
man.
jewels.
Hey, man. But you got to be a student. You got to be a student in order to be a teacher.
For sure. And I'm glad everybody's showing up, man, seeking the knowledge, man. That's when you'll find it.
Absolutely,
Ain't
man.
no traffic on the extra mile.
Only fools. Yeah.
I'm done.
What the man said was, ain't no traffic on the extra mile.
Come on,
Shit.
Free. When you put that Bible? What the Bible at?
Ain't no motherfucking traffic on the extra mile.
Boy, that'll preach.
But I'm gonna tell you when you do put this up, that's the title of this goddamn.
Oh, we not live.
Yeah, we
We
live.
just flowing with it. Okay, cool.
But when I told y'all before, man, if you the smartest person in the room, you in the wrong motherfucking room. Find you a new one.
Jewels, boy. I need each.
That's why I surround myself with people who can enlighten, inspire, and encourage me, so I can come to you and do the same. You know what I mean?
Trailer without the trap. That's all I'm saying.
You
I
did.
wouldn't even do what I'm doing if it weren't for what you did and what you did for so many generations. Ain't just one generation. You done this for multiple generations. People
Thank you.
still trying to be like what you was, like when you like how you was.
Man, thank you, man.
Before you add the P.
Generations in here, man.
Thank you, man.
3 generations.
I got damn. I think one of my verses I said, "It wasn't for me, you still be trying to follow Outkast." And just understand that before me, bro, there wasn't it
So
was
what the fuck is fame to me?
like for real, bro. It was Outkast, Goody Mob, Lil Jon, and Ludacris. That what you had. You know what I'm saying? Like that what it was. Outkast, Goody Mob, Lil Jon,
God, you
Ludacris.
were lame to me.
You know what I'm saying? So
Give the people what they came to see.
a reflection of oneself, where they aim to be.
Come on, man.
Boy,
What they aim to
that
be.
shit early, boy. I said, I like this young nigga. And you know what did it for me?
What did?
Because when we was all together in LA that time, you had on them Cartiers.
I did. KP bought me them Cartiers too. KP went and bought me them Cartiers.
So every nigga can't go up in Pearl Vision and get done back.
Hey, I had my own little money, man. I had my own little money, but I had them planned on spending that on some clothes and some. You know what I mean? I wanted to look like I had money, but I didn't want to spend all my money. And KP was like, man, you need something, man. Let's go on over here, man, get you together. And you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't that diamond chain, Rolex watch level. So we went and found the most luxurious piece of jewelry we could find within our budget. Motherfucking pair of Cartier frames, nigga. That's exactly what we went and bought.
Shout out to the Beverly Center.
You did.
Speaking of jewelry,
And we made the motherfucker work.
damn sure did. Yeah. Worked on me. I like fly niggas. Like, that's gonna be my type of nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, that's fly. He talking that shit. And I love the way that you just took charge, homie. Like, you weren't intimidated by us. You weren't intimidated by none of that shit.
But that's what, like, it wasn't the shades. It was the nigga wearing the shades.
Yeah.
It's what's in you. It's what's in you, not what's on you.
Facts. Check this out. I got some, like, we was working on this television show out there, man. I'm going to just plug it, man. Even though it ain't official, but it's calling this shit goddamn the jewelry store.
The jewelry store.
I had this idea of where I wanted to, it was based off Anthony Bourdain. Was
Talking about traveling around, the motherfucker who eat in different places.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Had the best job in the world and still killed this
But
shit.
I wanted to do, I'm going to ask you something that's cool. Like, let's say I wanted to say, like, Pharrell piece, the nerd piece, the fruity Gucci link. He don't wear it no more, but I know it's in the fucking top drawer some fucking way.
There's something happening with that. I can't do it.
No? Okay. So look, I'm like, your crown. The rose gold crown of the PSC piece.
Right.
I know it's somewhere. You got to put up somewhere.
I gave it away.
You did?
I did.
Coach Kane got one.
Yeah, he still got his. I gave mine
So,
away. I gave mine to Cap.
I had this idea. I wanted this traveling, like, you know, like into archive all of these famous pieces.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I, you know, do the episode, you come fuck with you, Slick Rick.
Goddamn.
But
But this the thing for me, jewelry. I don't cherish none of that shit. I don't have no old pieces. Every 2-3 years, I take the jewelry I got and I turn it in and get me some upgraded pieces, new watches. I don't because I don't give a fuck about none of that.
He don't. I know he don't. He tried to give me a stupid piece. I was like, no, sir, buddy.
You talking about me?
Yes.
I sell it. If you see me in a piece and you want it, I will sell it to you. I ain't married to none of that shit, bro. Except the one piece I got with my family in the middle. Other than that, I will sell you any piece I got around my neck, bro. Buy it.
Hey, I don't know if you remember this. I remember walking. We went to Houston one day, and I came in, and it was the first day I seen you with all the rose gold shit on. I'm like, I was shocked because we had this conversation. Man, I don't want no jewelry.
Right.
I don't even like jewelry.
Until I found some jewelry in a color that no one else had.
You innovated.
Everybody else was wearing platinum. That's another thing y'all don't really know about me. So everybody else was wearing platinum at the time. And I went and found, you know, through a jeweler partner of mine who shall remain nameless, but he introduced me to rose gold. He introduced me to rose gold,
And I'm so
right?
stylistic. I knew rose gold worked for you because I'm like, it play off your complexion. Like, it was just like a good look.
I had no
never seen
idea.
it before that.
I had no idea. I just knew that the motherfucker, it was some shit that I had never seen before when nobody wearing it.
Right.
I know the yellow gold is like, okay, that's kind of passe right now because everybody everybody was on the, at the time it was. At the time, who had on yellow gold at the time?
Slick Rick.
Slick Rick was probably locked up still.
I never.
So you had on yellow gold at the time?
At the time, no, I had on the platinum.
I know it. I know you did.
You're right.
I know you did. Everybody had on platinum. And so yellow gold was really kind of passe. But when I found out rose gold was an option, I said, man, that's what I'm gonna do. So the first thing I bought me was a little rose gold chain with no charm. You know what I mean? It was just, you know, a little rose gold piece. Then I got me a rose gold watch. Then I started adding on to my list. My money grew. I started getting rose gold shit. And you know, later on, everybody started doing it, and I ain't never really stand on no tables or try and flip over no desk trying to say this, I did this and that. I think that's another reason why I don't really stand on no tables, man, and really be like, hey, look at me, this is what I did.
You did a couple things first in the city. I remember you definitely brought rose gold to the game. I noticed that because I love style and fashion.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're like, you was the first one with the Phantom too. That I say in here too.
I think me and Big Boy.
You was before Biggs. I remember
I
you
was
was
before
walking out
Biggs?
in front of Body Tap. That's when I knew Dope Boys was a hit too. Dope Boys ain't got them the club, the clothes. You know what I'm saying? That's
the ass on.
yeah, you know what I mean? It was that thing was smoked out. Black
Yeah.
on black on black. You
It
know what I mean?
was. I remember I pulled up the ATL the first day of filming, man. Smoke blowing all through the roof. 45 to an hour and a half late. And I thought, nigga, y'all should appreciate me. I'm coming here in the Phantom.
I'ma shoot straight. That's the first time I seen it in the flesh.
It's the first time you got chastised for being cool.
You dig what I'm saying? Hey, my nigga, I'm kicking this shit in high gear. Why are you upset with me?
My manager at the time, he showed me a picture of it. He's like, this the car you should get when you can get it. And he got that, then 50 Cent came with it in the PIMP video.
Right.
He was the first real one I seen. I said, God damn, that nigga got that motherfucker.
Man.
And the only other person had to got them Bow Wow, I had a white one. You remember that? He had a white one.
It was in the city?
Yeah.
I remember mine. I remember Big Boys. Cause I remember Big Boy had that deep. He had that deep cherry, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I ended up getting one later on down the line.
Man, you done had a few on, nigga. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all fucking with us so much, man. You know what I mean? We just wanted to kind of just, share this moment with y'all because we have all kinds of deep discussions, man, on our own time. But anytime we can enlighten, inspire, and encourage, we just want to take advantage of the opportunity. This is a motherfucker who I hold in high regard. I have a whole lot of respect for. Not just because of his accomplishments, not just because he, of his skill set, but because when he had the opportunity to say yay or nay to a nigga he didn't even know, motherfucker opened the door and let me rock. You know what I mean? And I'ma always fuck around with bro. I'ma always fuck with him. I don't give a fuck what you say. So,
The love is there, man.
you dig what I'm saying? And we gonna motherfucking distribute and deliver some shit that is unmatchable. I don't give a fuck what you say. You ain't gonna match these bars. You ain't gonna match these bars. If this conversation was eloquent, you think this conversation was motherfucking impressive.
Wait till we put a beat on that.
You dig what I'm saying? Wait till we get some kicks and snares behind this shit. Wait till the hi-hat get the kicking, nigga. What you talking about?
That happens to the game too. When you get to a point, man, where it's undeniable, people get dismissive with it. It's almost like Eminem or somebody. When you just can't beat a motherfucker,
They
gotta
expect it. Yeah.
Oh, they started talking like, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, he's dope again. So what?
Yeah.
So what? He's
Nobody
dope.
don't like all that dope shit.
Don't nobody want to hear you be dope all the time. Let somebody else be dope for a change.
That's what the appeal of mumble rap and all this shit was, because it come across like a nigga.
Yes. Hell yeah. And listen, a motherfucker who did not rise to the occasion of being great. They didn't rise to the occasion of greatness for themselves. You know what they said? Instead of trying to be or to reach this high bar of excellence, I'm going to look for someone who reminds me that I can make it with my subpar.
Niggas just going under the bar.
I'm going to represent, I want somebody who make me feel better about not being so good.
People want music and television that justifies their own shortcomings.
Absolutely. They want to see themselves. They want to see someone else in a higher position in life that represents the same level of mediocrity that they represent.
But guys like us believe that even if it's something that you can say in plain English, we still believe it.
We got a better way to say it.
Even plain English deserves the poetic justice, man.
I'm telling you,
Hey man, stop
man.
that goddamn thing. Goddamn.
Hey, man, keep on coming with it, don't it?
I can't take this shit. Goddamn, we can't. This shit can't be free.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Just think about it, man.
Be that.
Just think about it.
I want to say my piece like this. The nigga,
Shout out to
Big
Cormo.
Biggs Burke, man, he said this to me. He said, man, call me when I can do something for you for free. So that's what I feel like. Information is equality. So what we sharing, them saying like, you know, this is the equality we have now. You know what I mean? Like, but once you know better, you got to do better, man. And this was for free.
Absolutely. Niggas don't really want to be bombarded by a bunch of shit.